Welcome.
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 Welcome to Greek 101 for Fraternity and Sorority Life at Bridgewater State University. This is our online workshop for new members and returning members for Fraternity and Sorority Life.
We are excited that you have decided to become part of our FSL family.
All new members are required to complete this 3-part program.
First, you will watch and listen to this video.
Second, you will complete a post-knowledge test and sign that you've received the BSU Hazing Policy and new member packet.
Let's start off by learning about sorority life at BSU.
We have 5 sororities on campus with 2 different national councils, 1 from the National Panhellenic Council, or NPHC, and 4 from the National Panhellenic Conference that we refer to as Panhell.
All 5 of our sororities are either nationally or internationally recognized, meaning they have chapters all over the United States.
National organizations also mean there's a headquarters that oversees the daily operations of each organization.
Our campus has deferred recruitment, which means first semester students are not eligible to join until they have successfully completed at least 12 college-level academic credits.
That's why we encourage both transfers and upperclassmen to join us in the fall semester, or whenever works for you.
Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated.
Alpha Sigma Tau.
Delta Phi Epsilon.
Gamma Phi Beta.
And Phi Sigma Sigma.
The 4 Panhellenic sororities hold primary recruitment in the spring semester, where any undergraduate student in the BSU community can participate in as long as they meet the academic eligibility requirements. Anyone interested in Upsilon Iota chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated should reach out to their members directly for their intake process.
Now let's talk about fraternity life here at BSU.
The International Fraternity Council, or IFC, is the governing board for our 5 national fraternities and our 1 local co-ed fraternity.
Alpha Sigma Phi.
Kappa Delta Phi.
Phi Kappa Theta.
Sigma Chi.
Sigma Pi.
All are men's fraternities, whereas Phi Pi Delta is a coeducational fraternity, so anyone, regardless of their gender identity, is welcome to join.
While all of our groups have their own statements and creeds, BSU's Fraternity and Sorority Life are bound by 4 pillars.
Leadership, scholarship, service, and friendship.
Our pillars not only serve as guidelines, but as expectations for each and every member of our community.
As Greeks, we strive to be leaders on campus and in our community. We have leaders retreats that bring us together for strategic planning and developing leadership skills.
We have our own 8-week leadership program called Greek Leadership and Development, or more commonly known as GLAD. And we represent our campus at local conferences such as the Northeast Greek Leadership Association, or otherwise known as NGLA. The first ever fraternity, Phi Beta Kappa, was founded in 1776 as a literary fraternity. Education and learning has always been a value in fraternity and sorority life here at BSU.
BSU Greeks have consistently achieved higher GPAs than non-Greek students. Chapters hold their members accountable for their grade requirements.
Every chapter has its own GPA requirements and scholarship program to help support members academically. From the beginning of your memberships until the day you graduate, you will be required to maintain that GPA.
Be sure that you understand the academic responsibilities of your chapter. We are all proud that our community consistently comes in smarter than the average bear.
Service to our campus community and humanity is something that we all come together around. BSU Greeks participate in many service activities, including Gifts to Give, Girls Inc., CPDC on campus, and many more.
Each of our chapters has a philanthropic partner we raise funds for. Some are local charities, and some may be national organizations.
We encourage our members to be active participants in chapter service events, as well as campus opportunities through the Community Service Center.
Final and perhaps easiest to understand pillar is friendship, brotherhood, and sisterhood. These are the relationships we pride ourselves on.
From social events with other organizations, formals, fun retreats, Greek Week, and homecoming, you have the opportunity to meet with so many of the fraternity and sorority life community.
Fraternity and Sorority Life Council of FSLC is a group of members who join together to plan events for the entire fraternity and sorority life community. If you like planning events, we suggest you jump in and get involved.
Whether it's planning a welcome back event, a new member social, or Greek Week, the members of Fraternity and Sorority Life benefit from being able to work with people from all different types of backgrounds.
New member education is unique to fraternity and sorority life, and it's your time to learn the values and responsibilities of being an affiliated member.
To make sure our community members know and understand that our letters come with a lifetime of commitment.
Every decision you make is a reflection on all of us. So whether it is behavior at an on or an off-campus event, or what you choose to post through social media, as a Greek, it is your responsibility to everyone to make sure you are always living your organization's values.
At BSU, we have a maximum of 8 weeks for new member education. Some chapters only take 6 weeks and some take the full 8. But every semester, there is a deadline that all new members must be initiated by.
Here at BSU, we are very clear that hazing cannot and will not be tolerated. In fact, hazing behavior is the direct result of many college campuses determining no longer to have fraternity and sorority communities at all. At BSU, we have lost chapters because of hazing and risk management behavior, so we want to be very clear here for every new member where we stand on this issue. We have a long history of fraternity and sorority life at Bridgewater, and our members value the hard work of our founders more than the behavior that could jeopardize our chapters and our community. We need you, our newest members, to understand the Massachusetts state law and the university policy on hazing. Each chapter has their own policy regarding this behavior as well. At the conclusion of this program, you will take a quick knowledge test to ensure you understand this information in this session. Additionally, you will be asked to verify that you have received a BSU hazing policy and a new member packet. 2 important facts about the Massachusetts state hazing laws are written here. The first is that consent shall not be available as a defense to any prosecution. This means that if you or any others state that you agreed to participate in a behavior, that does not mean that you will not be held responsible for violating the law. There's an understanding that peer pressure and the desire to be part of a group may alter or inhibit people from feeling as though they can give consent, as if it's an opinion. The second part is unique to Massachusetts state law, is that if you fail to report a crime of hazing, it is also punishable up to a fine of $1,000. So, if you know about hazing or are a witness to it, the participation or otherwise, and you do not report it to the appropriate law enforcement officials, you may be guilty of violating this law. The BSU policy on hazing can be located in the Code of Conduct and the Student Handbook. As a member of BSU Fraternity and Sorority Life community, there are a number of mechanisms for holding members accountable for any behavior that violates our policy. The Office of Community Standards holds individual members to this policy. The Center for Student Engagement in the Rondola Student Union, Room 103, holds recognized fraternities and sororities accountable. BSU Fraternity and Sorority Life campus governing boards like PANHEL, IFC, and NPHC can hold chapters accountable, and they have their own standards to hold individual members accountable as well. Members that participate in hazing may be held responsible by any and all of these groups. We are very serious about this topic of hazing. Hazing behavior is contradictory to the values of which we were founded on and would not be tolerated here at Bridgewater State University. It is important to know there are benefits to reporting hazing. Individuals who have knowledge of hazing incidents but did not participate and truthfully report will not be held responsible. While reviewing a case, consideration will be given to the leaders of an organization who have self-reported and identified individuals responsible for hazing to the appropriate university official. We wanted to include some specific ways that you can report behavior if you have any concerns or questions about it. You can speak with members of your chapter leadership, council leadership, members of the Center for Student Engagement staff, trusted administrators like your resident director or student employment supervisor, or our on-campus BSU police officers. Additionally, the university has an anonymous tip line and official reporting form. The only wrong way to handle hazing behavior is to remain silent. We need all of our members to be leaders in the fraternity and sorority life community to step up and not be bystanders to the behavior that could potentially hurt or harm any members within our chapters in our community. A good general rule of thumb is if you don't want the newspaper to see it, wouldn't want a family member to know about it, or wouldn't want to put it in your next recruitment advertisement or video, it shouldn't be done. And when in doubt, just ask.
We're proud of our community and we are excited to see how you help us move forward.
We're almost done. Once you finish this video, log into the BSU Involvement Network at in.bridgew.edu. If you've never used the BSU Involvement Network before, you're going to come up to the right corner where you're going to see to log in. Here, you'll use your username and password or your regularly used BSU credentials. Once logged in, you're going to come over to this search bar right here and type in Fraternity and Sorority Life. You could probably start with fraternity, and under here in the three options, you'll click on, Fraternity and Sorority Life. Once on the page, you're going to scroll on down to the form section. Here, you're going to see the Greek 101 post test and click here. This form may not be listed. You may have to go over here and click additional forms, but it will be in this form section. If you do not see the form at all, it may be that you have not fully logged onto your BSU Involvement Network correctly, so please make sure that you're fully logged in with your credentials. You will have to complete this Greek 101 post test by a specific deadline that has been communicated to you within an email that this was sent. Please contact the Fraternity and Sorority Life Advisor, Tori Field, if you have any questions or need assistance with this Greek 101 program.
Once again, welcome to BSU's Fraternity and Sorority Life. We look forward to welcoming you to our family.